what we learned was over the years of doing personality assessments with business leaders and then analyzing their business is that we found that in, the average person's behavioral makeup, there's 4 quadrants. There's, and if you remember the DISC model, there's the dominant, influencer, steadiness, and compliant, and that means you're the type A personality, or you're the fun lover, or you're the, you're the team player, or you're the analytic type. What we found was that there was actually a corresponding business function. And so there's 4 basic business functions. There's strategy, there's business development, number 2, there's operations, number 3, and there's finance, all things cash, right? And, and controls in your business. And so what we've learned was that the personality of a business will mirror the personality of its owner. And if an owner is a dominant, big thinker type, well, the business will probably be a big thinking type business, and it'll be all about the strategy and disruptive and want to change that niche, right? And then if a person is a persuader type, an influencer type, they'll go to work every day thinking like a sales and marketing guru, right? How do I create the relationship? How do I do digital marketing? How do I sell? All that sort of thing. And their business will have that mindset. If somebody's more systematic in their thinking, they'll be a more process-oriented type business leader. They'll go to work every day trying to make everything systematic. They'll want all the trains to run on time, right? And then the 4th type is, if you're a real analytic type, you'll go to work every day and you'll be thinking about the controls, the details, compliance, insurance, the finance of that business. Well, we realized that no one person can be all things to all people, but every business must be all things to its clients. It has to be. No choice, right? So each of those quadrants has to run and run very well. And we've learned that if you're good in one quadrant, it inhibits your growth in another area. So in other words, if you're a big picture thinker, and you're a big picture company, you oftentimes struggle with process. If you're a sales and marketing type organization, you often struggle with the details, and vice versa. So what we've learned is that, and what we do with our clients is we assign them 4 subject matter experts. Every client gets a strategy advisor, a business development advisor, an operational advisor, and a finance advisor. So it covers each of the 4 quadrants right from the get-go, immediately in the business. And that way, each of the areas of the business is receiving its due attention, because you might, just because you sell doesn't mean you're going to have more cash at the end. I mean, you watch people go on Shark Tank and they say, well, I'll give you $100,000. What are you going to do with it? Well, I want to be in Walmart. They'll say, well, you're not going to have enough money. $250,000 is not going to get you into Walmart. You're going to need $1 million to get into Walmart by the time you're done. And they'll say, oh, wow, gosh, where do I come up with that? Well, more sales means more cash, means a stress on operations. And so the way we look at a business is we say, no, nothing's in a silo, and one area of your business will affect the other areas of the business. And so we want to make sure that you cover each of those areas. And so in the quadrant model that we look at, so for your listeners, look at everything and see if I bring on $1 more of revenue, what does that mean to my operations? How much is it going to cost me? Do I have to bring in other staff? And then if I bring in, and which dollar of revenue should I bring in? And is it in alignment with my strategy? And so as you go, you ask those questions of all 4 quadrants to make sure that they're growing equally. So it's a nice rounded wheel and there's enough rubber on the rim to get down the road.
Yeah, that's very